headed towards the Mississippi River. And yep, it's kind of hit or miss with the network, so if the stream does go out, please be as patient as possible. And when I can get connected to BAM, we'll be right back. We'll be back right here. Let's see what we can see. Is anybody in the chat? Let's see. Not the chat is not showing up. Thank you everybody for your patience. So what it looks like being out in rural Illinois without friends here. We're headed towards the Mississippi. Not sure why I cannot see the chat. Hello Gizmo Woo! And we are live finally. Thank you so much for your patience. We are headed towards the Mississippi River, which we should be seeing within the next 20 to 40 minutes, depending on train speed and if there's any additional delays. Which is why we were a little delayed going live. There was a transmission issue going on with the entire 2-2 train. I see Farmland to Gutty, not quite the Mississippi, but we're getting down. And also I know this is going to be, and also I do know that this is going to be a little bit slow, this kind of boring part. But when we get closer to the Mississippi, bam, that's when things will get a little spicy. That's when things will start getting a little better. Also, I'm curious, Keith, how are you liking Amtrak so far?
Love it. Absolutely love it.
What do you love about it?
I just love seeing the scenery.
Same here.
Today we're seeing wonderful farmland as far as the eye can see. All kinds of beautiful farms. And then tomorrow we're obviously going to be in the mountains.
Yep, many to Mississippi, and the main attraction today is the Mississippi River. I'm curious, what does everybody hope to see? Today we're testing out the internet and seeing and we're pushing the internet to the outer boundaries and to its outer limits. Especially when we're in Disneyland, and we're just trying this, and especially when we're in Disneyland, when the data could be a little wonky. Here it is, a cornmeal refinery, and right now we're in the bread basket. Right now we're in the bread basket of America, where everybody be growing wheat, rice, and even corn does count as a wheat. Definitely is beautiful, Gizmo. One of the best areas of the country. But tomorrow, when we get to the Front Range, that's when it's going to get really beautiful, which is around 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 10 a.m. Disney World time, and 7 a.m. Disneyland time. Let me get recentered, and I also do apologize for the glare today. Unfortunately, sometimes the glare gets the best of us, but we shall overcome, and we shall overcome the glare when we can. What I find really wild is that an hour ago, upon boarding this choo-choo train, we were literally surrounded by skyscrapers and in the city of Chicago, and now, just an hour, 2 hours out, we're basically in the middle of nowhere, as if we teleported onto a different planet. Let me see if I can lean on over so we can get the best view possible. That's just something so magical. There's something so memorizing about seeing a bunch of farmland going by at 70 miles per hour. And yes, I wish this may not be the most interesting thing to view, but this is what we got going so far. Oh, that's so awesome, Gutty. What part of Iowa are you in? If you don't mind sharing, or what part of Iowa does this remind you of? We were sitting on the other side, but on the other side faces west, where the sun be setting and be blasting our eyes with sunlight and sunshine. That's when we want, especially when you're trying to see every single detail of this, especially when you see every single detail of what we can see. And what's really wild, sometimes outside of these trees and these river banks, you can literally see for miles and miles of cornfields and absolute nothingness. And it's only a few pockets of trees. And what really blows me away is that there's some farmlands out here that are so massive that they're basically double the size of the Magic Kingdom. And what I've learned from Keith is sometimes there's some farmlands that are 1,000 acres, doubling the size of Animal Kingdom, which is Disney's largest park.
That's just for a single farm, and there's hundreds of these farms.
Whoa. And that's
thousands of these farms.
That what blows me away the most. Hello, Sierra, it's so good to see you. I'm glad you made it today. And that's so neat, Gutty, that your parents are from Iowa and that you're from Texas. I've only driven through Texas, and you know what's wild is when I was learning how to drive, my family and we messed up the timing. I had to drive through Dallas basically a year into my driver's permit. Yep, this is not a 13-story drop, unfortunately. Seattle, so close yet so far. More like a single-story drop, especially as we get to some of the rural towns that do not even have a grocery store, gas station, or any of the utilities. I do wish that all we need is a 13-story drop, and we'll be complete at 39 miles per hour, not 70 miles per hour going horizontally, 39 miles per hour going vertically, which is the same speed as the Hollywood Tower Hotel. That is so neat, Gutty. And I also do apologize if I sound a little quieter today, trying to keep a library voice to respect the passengers around us. This way, we don't be interrupting anybody else's amazing farmland experience of seeing plowed down cornfields. Yep, this is a 13-story horizontal drop. Yep, that's what we got, Seattle. A 13-story horizontal drop to the Mississippi. Right. And let me plug in the gimbal since it's going a little kaput. Oopsies. Thanks for your patience on the gimbal ride. Yep. You're now the passengers of the most uncommon train, choo-choo train, and you're about to and this choo-choo train goes directly to the Mississippi. And I'm curious, Keith, what time do we get to Colorado tomorrow?
We should get to Colorado. Well, we'll enter the state of Colorado around 6 in the morning. We'll get into the Denver area around 8 o'clock in the morning, if everything goes as currently scheduled.
Knock on glass. And also for Denver, Colorado, what I find really neat is that it's going to be at Union Station for like 15 minutes. Then we go off to the Front Ridge. We only have 2 hours in Colorado, so we're definitely going to try to secure our spots before we really get going into Colorado.
Right.
And not, we're definitely going to be showing you Union Station if possible, and of course the choo-choo train.
Beautiful California Zephyr.
It is. Let me get a little bit lower, just to try and get rid of the glare. Hello Matthew, it's so good to see you. And how's
another farm right there in the distance, all by itself. Look at all the land that it has.
Yep. This is like flying internationally across an ocean, but instead of being on the ocean, we're on the ground passing through a bunch of farms.
Yeah. The Great Plains, as they say.
Yep, Great Plains, not for airplanes.
Right. All the airplanes will be way up there, and we'll be way down here.
Yep, at 20,000 feet cruising altitude. Hello Amy, so good to see you. We're on a road trip with Tony, going through some of the flattest places on Earth. And you know what's really wild from what I learned from Keith is that we're literally going to be gaining a mile higher altitude from Chicago, which is 60 feet above sea level, all the way up to Denver, Colorado, which is 528,000 feet. I had no clue about how high Colorado was until I was in 6th grade, and my science teacher was like, well, so no Twilight Zone quite yet, but in June you shall see the Twilight Zone, and you might get yourself even more of a road trip movie, not a road trip, but you'll definitely get yourself
for the last 2 hours. There's mostly a farming industry. Galesburg, which is our next station stop, will also be more like the same.
Yep. I wonder if Galesburg is going to be a larger or smaller town.
It's bigger than this, but it's still nowhere near the size of Chicago.
Also, let us know if the audio goes in and out, or if I need to refresh the stream. The Wi-Fi can be a little less to be desired.
Yeah, when you're in open country away from the cities, the Wi-Fi can be a little bit more sporadic.
Yep. That's why I was waiting until we got a little bit closer to the river before we even tried starting the stream.
Here we go, another very large open field.
Yep. Whoa. So I'm curious, Keith, what has been your favorite part about this trip so far?
I'd say so far, seeing the lakeshore yesterday at Lake Michigan was my favorite. But I think obviously what we're going to see tomorrow is going to top that.
Honestly, right now, my favorite part of the trip so far is getting to experience the train for the second time. And last September, when I was going from like Orlando to New York City, we were on Silver Meteor.
Yep. But anyway, which obviously does not have the sightseer lounge car that the California Zephyr has, along with many of the western bound trains.
Hello, Jaden. It's so good to see you. How are you doing today? And I'm curious, has anybody been to this part of Chicago or Illinois? Hello, James. It's so good to see you. How is Alaska treating you tonight?
Alaska.
Alright, we do have somebody watching from Alaska. Speaking of which, where is everybody watching from tonight? Or today, or wherever you're watching from? Gizmo and Matthew says that they have never been to this area.
They need to at least see it once. A lot of your breads, your cereals, your rolls, a lot of it is made from these fields right here. These are corn fields or wheat fields. This is why they call it the breadbasket of the United States for a reason.
Definitely. And right now, we got some people who are watching from their bedroom and from Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida, for them.
And you know what's really wild is that we're literally going backwards in time, and each passing day we lose an hour.
Right?
Looks like a cell tower to me right there. Got a little strong.
That is a cell tower, yes. You'll see a few of those. That's because we are not too far from Galesburg. Galesburg, I think we should get to in about 10 minutes.
And how many minutes again?
Take a look at the map.
Alright.
I think it's roughly 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yep. We're just outside of Galesburg
If you're
right
holding a 5 o'clock dinner reservation, please make your way to the diner at this time. Upon entering the diner, please wait for a member of our staff to seat you. Once again, 5 o'clock dinner reservations, and please wait for a member of our staff to seat you.
What I do is I go out.
And then from Galesburg, it's about 30 miles until we reach the Mississippi River. That'll be maybe about 30 to 45 minutes after we leave Galesburg.
Alright, sounds good. Fingers crossed that we got ourselves. Fingers crossed that we can keep the data going and the party going. Unfortunately, after we get through across the Mississippi River, there is a chance that the data could go kaput, and that's when the stream would be kaput for the day. But we will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Disney World time for even better views. And looks like we're passing by a coal train.
Yep, this is a coal train.
Some coal trains they go on for at least a mile long.
Yep.
What they do is the VA calls us up and says,
Both of them coal trains. Sometimes you're stuck behind them for 45 minutes when you're driving. I have never passed by a coal train this close before. Looks like we're 3 feet away from the coal train itself.
Yeah, probably 3-4 feet away from the outer edge.
That would blow me away right now. I've never gotten this close and personal to a coal train.
I know, and it's still going.
And Matthew's asking, are we going to Colorado tomorrow?
Yes, we are. We'll be passing through the entire state of Colorado throughout all day tomorrow.
Yep, and that's what we're going to be showing you all morning and as far as long as possible into the front range.
Galesburg will be our next station.
Galesburg is next.
Galesburg coming up.
Galesburg will be next.
Going up.
Make sure you have all your belongings, set up your car.
This is our final station stop in the state of Illinois before we head for the Mississippi and cross into the state of Iowa.
Yep.
Step off, please stay train side, don't go to that station, listen for the all aboard. Schedule only allows about 3 minutes for the stop.
Yeah, very brief stop.
Galesburg next.
Going once, going twice. Who's taking up on Galesburg? And yep, we're going to be going to Colorado tomorrow around 8 a.m. Around 9, 8 a.m. Around 10 a.m. Disney World time. We're going to be seeing the front range, and if possible, we're getting off the train. I'll show you around the Union Station area and what Union Station looks like. Hello, Cece. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm glad that you're all having an awesome time right now. Speaking of which, what is everybody having for dinner? I wonder who would want to live this close to the train tracks. And I definitely love the size of these houses. Very quaint, very adorable, but enough room for everybody.
Yeah. Very nice homes. Obviously, we know we're in Tornado Alley, so no tornadoes today, and hopefully we don't run into them.
Knock on wood. Isn't Illinois the state that gets the most tornadoes due to like the Great Lakes and the hot air?
Well, it's one of the highest leading states for tornadoes in this part of the world, but Texas and Oklahoma lead the nation
Wow.
with the most tornadoes. Oklahoma averages 377 tornadoes every year, and Texas 354. Illinois averages roughly around 90 tornadoes a year, but some of them have been really, really strong in the past.
That's so wild. I do know that the eastern corner of Colorado is part of tornado alleys.
Yes, it is.
Matthew says that Oklahoma has the most tornadoes.
They do. They lead the nation. Texas is right behind them.
And you know what was wild? When I was growing up, I was so afraid of tornadoes that I literally thought that anytime I saw leaves spinning in a circle, that it was a tornado. And I was like yelling to everybody, run for cover, tornado, tornado. And instead of saying tornado, I was like saying tomato. And people be like, where's the spaghetti, Tony? Where's the spaghetti? I'm like, I'm so sorry, tomato. And I started screaming for tomatoes. Eventually, I screamed tomato so much that somebody actually came up with a bowl of spaghetti and said, do you mean tomato sauce? I'm like, no, tomato, spinny. And they were like, oh, sorry, wrong thing.
That's different. Yeah,
That was me growing up.
Not like the tornado from Wizard of Oz. Oh, where am I? The land of Oz.
Yep, only in Kansas.
Only in Kansas. We're not passing through Kansas, but we'll pass north of it.
Yep, looks like this is the old metal. Looks like this is the old metal press area.
Yep. And another water tower in the distance. That's a very common thing about a lot of these Midwestern towns. You have a huge water tower with the name of the town on it, Galesburg.
How come Midwestern towns have so many water towers?
That is because that is where a lot of their water supply is they're stored in those kind of towers, since they're so far away from lakes and reservoirs.
I wonder how people transport water to the towers.
Most likely by a large tractor trailer in those big storage tank trucks, the same kind of trucks that are used for transport our oils and gas.
I didn't realize that you can transport water via train.
Yes, that too. Train and also by truck.
Matthew, oh sorry, what were you
That's
saying?
what you see in a lot of these small towns.
Wow. Matthew says Florida has released tornadoes in Florida, but we get hurricanes and tropical storms every single summer of the year.
That is true. A lot of the tornadoes that Florida will get, most of them come from during tropical cyclones, and they're usually much weaker, EF0, EF1, but they can move very, very quickly, and that's what makes them particularly dangerous.
I'm curious, how do tornadoes form from tropical cyclones?
Well, what happens is, as a hurricane makes landfall and begins to weaken, the winds at the surface slow down, but the winds aloft stay strong. That creates what's called horizontal shear.
Wow.
And that horizontal shear, along with the heating of the ground, creates thunderstorms, can actually turn that vortex from horizontal to vertical, and that's how a tornado can form.
That is so wild.
It's the same as the Midwest. The difference here, though, is instead of horizontal shear, it's vertical shear. So you'll have winds in one layer of the atmosphere moving in one direction, but then it changes direction aloft, whereas in tropical cyclones, it's in the same direction, but just at different speeds. And the tornadoes in the here in the Midwest can be a lot more dangerous and violent.
Definitely, and I'm curious, how come the Midwest gets vertical shear versus horizontal shear?
Well, that is because we have cold air from Canada merging with the warm moisture from the Gulf and where they meet, you can get the perfect shear conditions. And if you get these big supercell thunderstorms, that is what can convert that and bring those to the surface. And you can create these large, long track tornadoes, such as the ones that Oklahoma dealt with just a couple days ago. And they will be dealing with this again later today. Another large tornado outbreak is expected in eastern Oklahoma and Louisiana.
That is so wild, I had no clue. Also right here is the world's smallest flight train, only 1 car long. That's tiny. World's smallest flight train.
Yeah.
Going once, going twice. Who's interested?
I mean, I was really happy to see
World's smallest freight train, because there are freight trains that could be 100 miles long, it feels like.
Yep, especially when you're trying to get to the airport or you're stuck in traffic.
Right?
Yeah, looks
Trains always have the right of way when it comes to traffic.
Yep, especially if you're crossing onto the tracks.
Right?
That had all the burn pits over there.
It definitely is a good train, Jaden. Not sure what manufacturer it is, but it does have the B and the FS logo, and 8463 as a manufacturer. Here's the train in its full entirety, the world's smallest freight train on Earth, allegedly.
And it might even be going to connect with a freight train, a freight line of cars to transport you somewhere. It's all part of the job when you're working on America's railroad.
Yep. I wonder what the longest train is.
That's a good question, but some of them could be more than 200 cars.
Well, Gizmo says, is that the Polar Express that teleports to the North Pole?
It's a little small for the Polar Express.
I wonder how many cars the Polar Express has.
I believe it had like 6 or 7 cars.
Well, I tell you what.
All we need is Santa Claus to come waving at this train and look like this thing's going backwards.
Yep, I guess he's going back. Maybe he forgot something.
Yep, he's going back in time, doing the
Going
time
back
book.
in time, yep.
And he would, World War II.
And Matthew's asking, what is everybody's favorite Disney ride?
Mine is the Haunted Mansion because I love the theme of the Haunted Mansion, the music and all that. Of course, the Ghost Host.
What do you like about the Haunted Mansion music?
Grim Grinning Ghosts, it's a catchy tune.
Yeah, Grim Ghosts come out to socialize.
Right?
Jaden says that he loves the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and I'm curious, Jaden, what do you like about the Hollywood Tower Hotel? Matthew says Polar Express is a movie with Tom Hanks.
That's correct.
And for me, my very favorite ride is the Hollywood Tower Hotel due to its 199-foot, 11-inch facade and its Art Deco turrets. I just love the bold Chancel's font Hollywood Tower Hotel signage along with the sheriff. Mixed with the shower font is the best thing on the planet. We should get moving in a few moments. Thank you everybody for your patience.
Now we got another historic railroad train behind us. And the station is always behind us, and yeah, we'll be getting ready to move here in just a minute.
Yeah, but let me show you behind real quick. It's gonna be a little hard to see, but I'll show you what we got behind. This is what we got behind us. We do got ourselves a historical railroad. I do apologize for the glare, the train station. Not sure what this is, but here's what it looks like. And it's definitely a very good movie. So we'll come back onto the other side. Here we go. Just try and keep the glare out of the lens. And now we're back at it better than ever.
We've started moving again.
Slowly but surely. Let's chugga chugga choo choo. Alright, let me get this gimbal charged again. Gimbal rider, everybody, please keep your arms and feet in the gimbal at all times. And raise make going to gimbal ride for your life. So here we go, much better. That's way easier for everybody to see, for all of us to see.
That's their life.
I know.
And you cannot project
Well,
that on them.
Same here. I do love the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and I can't really get onto the Hollywood Tower Hotel ride again. Definitely gonna be the best thing ever. And here we go. We're back to the races, better than ever, allegedly.
Leaving Galesburg, Burlington, Iowa will be next. Burlington, Iowa.
Burlington, Iowa. That's right there along the river.
Of all things, I have never been to the state of Iowa, the potato capital of the USA.
Yes, it is.
she had some thoughts, and you don't.
There's that water tower
I
again.
wasn't being direct on it.
And now the next state is Iowa, and of course the mighty Mississippi River is next.
Unfortunately, Jalen, we're getting farther away from the Hollywood Tower Hotel with each passing
I
moment.
know,
But we're getting closer to Disneyland Tokyo.
Yes, we are.
And same with the Philippines.
Yep. Getting closer to the Philippines, but going back in time.
Yep, we're doing the time walk.
So ironic. That's a Doctor Who moment right
There
there.
it is. All we need is a TARDIS, and also, and yep, the elevator is the best, Jalen, especially since you launched and dropped 5 times over the course of 40 seconds. And each drop and launch varies in length depending on what ride profile you can get. Hello, Michelle. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? And I'm curious, Michelle, where are you watching from, or what are you having for dinner?
In Monterey, California. And a lot of the
Alright, here we go. Woo. Heck yes. I spy a playground.
You know, generals retired in that area because
And I'm curious, Jalen, what
a lot of these retired military people lived there, and they
do in and out as we get closer to the river, but as we get closer to our next stop, the Kissimmee, Illinois, Iowa alignment, things will get a little bit better. It's all uphill from here. I meant to say downhill. Oops.
Downhill from here. Yeah.
It's definitely downhill.
You know what? I did that. You know, the military, sometimes when I come out.
In Tokyo time, there's a chance that we could go to Tokyo Disneyland. Unfortunately, we're unable to stream Tokyo Disneyland, but fortunately, we're still able to record videos for all of you to see. So we'll be doing a lot of real-time videos and shorts on YouTube.
All the time. And so one guy I said, you know what? I said, I've done this enough. You know, my partner. I said, I'm pulling the other end.
I also find it really wild just how green the landscape is, but when we wake up in the morning tomorrow morning, it's going to be dry, barren, and deserty just like Colorado.
There's another coal train.
Yep. Looks like somebody is on the naughty list tonight.
So I did it.
Yep. Whoever's on the naughty list is getting a bunch of
Trip to the North Pole.
Yep.
Via rail.
via freight train and ferry.
and it's
Everything I say is just an opinion and not proven fact or truth. I'm curious, Jalen, have you ever been to Tokyo before? Of all things, I've only been to Tokyo once, back in 2012 when I was flying home from Yangzhou, China. I only got to see Gate A I only got to see an airplane gate in Terminal A in Tokyo, and that was it. Hello, Timothy. How are you doing? And yes, we are on a train headed towards Disneyland. We're actually going to see the Mississippi River in just 20 minutes, and we are headed towards Iowa.
Memorial Day service.
Yep. So much coal, so little time. I kind of wonder how much coal Santa Claus orders. I wonder how much coal Santa Claus receives a year.
That's a good question. And that's just on this one train.
Yep.
We already saw.
Yep. How are you doing, Timmy?
You know, the sad thing is,
Red musket. I would love to have some of that. I wish it was nice and round to the point that they're mooing. The round the better. And I do love my steak with a bunch of. I do love my butter with a little potatoes and green beans. So when I eat a plate, I eat a bunch of butter with a little bit of vegetables, allegedly.
I mean, if a guy commits a crime, you know, and they're sentenced to prison,
Well, I know that. But
but then when they're released,
Yep, we're lagging. I'll be right back, everybody.
get support. And
Yep, and we are back. Thank you for your patience. The data will go in and out a little bit, but hopefully as we approach the river itself, we're going to get the strongest signal ever. That's when I wish I had T-Mobile and AT&T. This way I could switch between T-Mobile and AT&T. T-Mobile gets the better coverage out in the outcast country. AT&T gets the better coverage in the Disney parks. And right now we're streaming at low latency. This way it reduces the chance of going wop. Come on, Gimbal, don't fail us now. Don't fail us now. Gimbal, feet long, and you can actually hear the sound of the wind, the sound of the wind gushing through the windmill. If you get close enough. And I saw Jalen that your dad wants to go to Tokyo. Same here. I'd go to Tokyo in a heartbeat. I'd love to be in Tokyo right now too. Wish we could talk about Disneyland Tokyo. And you know what's wild? Is nowadays it is actually cheaper to fly from Tokyo, from Disneyland Tokyo, than it is to go to the Magic Kingdom.
nice. Yeah, I'm Jerry.
Jerry?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I got a funny story.
Yeah.
I was on a motorcycle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe I shouldn't say this. But
Alright, a lot of nothing, a whole lot of nothing, but a whole lot of nada.
there's a little
Open fields.
Yep, I wonder what they might be growing out on the
Likely all
fields.
be corn. Most likely. And actually, I can see
Yeah.
some greenery coming up.
How can you tell what the cornfield is?
Well, usually if you have a large expansive field like this, the most common crop they grow in this part of the world is corn and wheat.
Wow.
Oh.
So you come here in like June and July, you will see nothing but fields and fields of corn plants everywhere.
Well,
And you can see there's one farmer actually getting the fields ready to prep for planting.
I've never seen that before. And I find it really wild. I just find it really impressive just how much behind the scenes work goes into
Yeah. And you can clearly see the difference. See how much darker the field is as they're getting it ready.
I wonder how to get the field ready.
Well, they obviously got to put good layer of soil up. They mix it up, making it loose before they start planting the corn seeds.
Yep. And I know that for some farmers, they get an incentive if they only use one for the farm. This way they can rotate where the crops are growing for fresh soil.
And then when they need grains and store grains, they put them in those little gray silos that you see all over, round domes.
I never knew that there was such a thing as silos.
Yep. Each farm has, if you look at the farms, each one usually has at least one. Some of them will have 2 or 3. Like right here, this one's got 4 silos. So this is a big farm right here. And it's also got a lot of cattle. So this is a real well-established farm.
I've never seen cattle on the farm grazing.
Yep. And that's it's an affordable way for them to obviously keep the grass under control and let the cattle do the work.
Yep. And also Gizmo says they grow a lot of cotton where we're from, and they also grow cattle corn here.
Yep.
Hello, Jason B. So good to see you. You came just in time for a whole bunch of nada and cows.
Bunch of farmlands. So if you wonder where you get your Frosted Flakes and your Lucky Charms and your Corn Puffs, it comes from here as a start.
And what I find really wild about this entire area, what I find really wild is like it's very rare to actually get to see. It's very rare to actually get to see farmland before anything is grown. Since I usually come by it, since I usually travel during the summers.
Here we are, another farm.
Michael, I hope you have a really good day. And yep, in some cases, YouTube can be a job, especially if you make being a YouTuber a full-time passion, full-time career. But it can be very rare and far and few between. But it does take a lot of dedication and work if you wish to make social media a career, and it's a legitimate career in my opinion.
There's another farm there with 3 silos right there.
Moo cow, woo! When you were growing up, did you ever play a game called Moo Cow, where you'd either nudge or tap somebody when you saw a cow?
Nope, I did not play that game. I didn't even know about that game.
I knew about Slug Bug. I wonder what's in this white canopy.
Good question, but I suspect there's probably equipment in there, maybe some animals. This is obviously another farm, and then you see a little community here, and then more farms.
Well,
this is what a small town is like.
it is. And you know what's wild is some towns, all they have is a few houses, a church, and one on the spot. As a heads up, the signal might go in and out a little bit since we're going into a dead spot.
And here we go, another field.
Matthew is asking, are we on Spaceship Earth?
This would be a really interesting spaceship Earth.
It'd be like Spaceship Amtrak.
Right?
And he's also. Yep.
Sorry.
She's live streaming.
I'm showing everybody the countryside.
Yeah. Because we're obviously about 20 miles away from the Mississippi River.
Really?
Yep, we're
Yes.
getting close.
I'm actually not showing anybody's face just for privacy reasons, but I'm only showing the view of the window.
And there you go, that's what you call a long freighter. I can't even see the back of it.
It's as long as Lake Michigan. It's so long you can't see the backside of it, or the backside of water. And Shay is asking that how is the train so smooth, or is it a bit rough?
No, it's actually very smooth right now. I do notice that the Northeast corridor, if you're taking like a train from Boston to New York, it can be very bumpy. But a lot, out here it's pretty smooth.
Wow. What about in the mountains?
It's going to be very smooth because we're going to be moving at a much slower pace than this.
Yeah, doesn't the train go 30 miles instead of 70 miles?
Yeah, it'll go generally 20 to 30 miles an hour as you're going up into the mountain range. Because you're going to be turning and twisting and all that, and it's so you can get in the view.
Sweet. And you know what's really wild? Matthew's asking, are you using the spaceship of technology to host a live stream?
No.
I wish.
Yeah, I wish.
If I had spaceship of technology, you'd be seeing this in 4K right now with Dolby surround sound. And I'd also have a microphone too.
This is beautiful, seeing all this countryside.
Loving it.
Here comes another farm.
Moo cow.
Yep, another farm.
Whoa. It just blows me away seeing everything. And sometimes what's really wild is how fast the train is moving at 70 miles per hour. And everything can be zipping by.
Yep. And then you see another farm, and then there's another farm, and that's all you see is farm.
Farm.
Lots of farming. But that's what makes Illinois and Iowa farm country.
Yep. It's really funny, but when I think of Illinois, I think of Chicago, and I just imagine the entire state being surrounded by cityscape and skyscrapers. Same with Colorado. That was surprising me.
Another coal train.
The moment that we get out of Denver, that's when the state really starts turning into a bunch of mountains.
That's a lot of coal because
It is.
probably combined, with that train going that way, 60, 70 miles an hour, it's like 130 miles an hour that we're blowing past it.
Yep. Gutty's asking.
Airplane speed.
Whoa. Gutty's asking, can the train reach 88 miles per hour like back in the Future 3?
Oh yes, it can. In fact, there are trains in Japan that can reach 300 miles an hour. But they probably don't have the flux capacitor though.
They don't. That's a bummer. I wonder how did the sun end up on this side if the sun was on the other side.
That's because we've shifted direction.
Well, do you mind if we flip over to the other side?
We can go sit on the other
Alright,
side.
let's get up to the other side. The gimbal's getting a little toasty. Alright, and we're back.
Well, sit right here.
Alright, thank you everybody for your patience.
Right here.
And now, even better view. At least the sun's not blasting into our eyes. Man, let me see if it doesn't.
Yeah, it's right in front of you. Right there.
Yep, got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, right there. There you go. There you go.
Bam, jackpot. Hole in one. It's definitely a very impressive view. And I do wish that there was like trains that went 300 miles per hour in the United States. You know what's really wild is how quickly the view can shade up the choo-choo train. Just like the backside of water. This is the fifth wonder of the road.
Okay, we're going into the town of Monmouth right now.
What's inside of Monmouth?
This is a very small town. Probably only home to a couple thousand people, and we're just going to go right through and then back into the farm country. So, more farm country to be expected in about 4 minutes.
Wait, I'm curious, is everybody able to hear Keith? I just want to make sure that we can all hear each other. Yep, all aboard the hype train. Choo choo chugga chugga choo choo. Heck yeah, woo! That's what we're talking about here.
And we're about 15 miles away from the Mississippi River. We are getting close.
Alrighty, everybody can hear you nice and clear. Just wanted to do a sound check. This way we can all hear each other.
Good.
Looks like somebody got some dumpsters I would need to do about these dumpsters.
There's a lot of dumpsters here
Mammoth.
in Monmouth.
Mama. The woolly mama.
The woolly Monmouth. Yeah.
With a power grid. And you know what really blows me away? Is seeing is how long and long the power lines run.
In a small town like this, yeah.
Yep. And I do wonder if anybody has any Tower of Terror merch inside of this small town.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious to see actually how many people in this town even know the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
Yep, and what's really wild is how did the sun get to the side again?
Because we just changed direction. You know, because we'll go north, south, north, south.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that the train track was shaped in an S.
Yep. The way it does it. Let's take a look at the map and see if it's going to change again.
Alright, if it's not going to change again, I'm going to go on the flip loop, change sides, and see on the flip side.
Okay, it is going to change a couple of times.
Alright, so I'm just going to stick it out in the sun. And Matthew's asking, Tony, do you remember when Easy E33 used to do the
But I'd say for the Mississippi River, we're going to want to be on the other side because the tracks are going to turn more southwest.
Whoa.
So that side will be not in the sun. This side will get sun blasted.
It is.
And yeah, there is a flood warning for the Mississippi River, so it is going to be running high.
It is.
And look at all of this back in the farmland.
Whoa. I'm so glad to hear, Gizmo, that you're enjoying the show. And I do enjoy showing, and I honestly enjoy showing everybody, I honestly do enjoy showcasing what I see, just because it's a very rare opportunity, and I always like to have footage to look back on for a future date.
One thing that is helping is we have some cirrus clouds here that might actually obscure the sun a little bit.
Yep, I had the clouds on the side. I cut out again. So what I like about showcasing what we can see is that everything is that I can have video for future reference. Plus, what I really enjoy is just bringing everybody along on an adventure, because it's not the same not having everybody here too. I do enjoy road tripping and train tripping with everybody.
That's right. Let everyone see what we see, and this is pretty spectacular.
It is. That's why I love showing this off.
As far as the eyes can see, all you see is a lot of all open farmland. This will all be cornfields in the next couple months.
It definitely is. I actually know somebody who was flying over the Sierra Desert, and she said all you see is this desert, just like flying over the Atlantic Ocean. Double choo-choos.
Yep. That one's got a lot of tanks, and that was it. That was nope, still going on.
Wow. There's a train behind us right now. It has been going on for like a minute. Even at 70 miles per hour, that's how long some trains are.
Yep, and it's going on at the same speed in the other direction.
Whoa. This is like super monorail. Definitely blowing me away, and just definitely blowing me away, and it's just really wild thinking about living all the way out here. I just begin to wonder how people out here are able to get enough groceries, how they're able to get the water, and if they even have reliable cellular or internet data out here. Same here, Gizmo. I would love to go inside the farmhouse for like an open house tour. Especially to have like a kitchen from 100 years ago, or like I forgot what I was trying to say. Monorail left the station.
Right, here comes the town.
Whoa.
Here's the entrance to Kirkwood. So here's the end of Kirkwood.
Yep, welcome to Kirkwood, everybody.
One side of Kirkwood.
Yep, Mississippi is the best, especially because of how you can spell Mississippi. And I just love saying the state's name.
Just as we like to welcome you to Kirkwood, we now like to say goodbye to Kirkwood.
Adios.
That's the whole town.
Yep, adios, amigas. And now upwards and onwards.
And to more farmland.
Yay! Farmland.
Then we'll have a small town of Biggsville, Gladstone, and then eventually the Mississippi River.
Yes, and the Grand Mississippi River. And thank you everybody for your patience as we await the Mississippi River. Matthew's asking, Jalen, what's the capital of the Mississippi? And for the farmhouse, I would love to see if they have any antique cooking there. And I'd love to spend a few nights just seeing what it feels like living out in the middle of nowhere, especially at night where you can look up in the skies and see stars from hours and miles, and even the arm of the Milky Way. Somebody I knew ended up spending time in the Congo and in Ethiopia. They were in the middle of a village where there was nothing, not even electricity for hundreds of miles. They could see every single star imaginable. That would be a dream come true right there. Alright, here we go. Looks like we're taking another turn and the sun is going to be behind us in a few moments. Some rolling hills. This is the hilliest I've seen it out here before.
Yep, but this is probably all you're going to see for hilliest until we get west of Denver.
Yep. I wonder when the rolling hills start. Unfortunately, I only have one battery pack, but what's nice about Emery in the observation car, you can actually plug in.
Yeah, there's a plug at each seat area.
Yep, for extra
in the
convenience.
sightseer lounge.
Battery packs. And sometimes on road trips.
A lot of farms.
Yep, but not so good for slug bugs.
No.
I have seen 0 slug bugs lately. And sometimes when it comes to scenery, I like to sit back and let the scenery speak for itself. That is so neat that you're from the capital of Mississippi. That is so neat that you're from Cuba, Matthew.
Cuba?
Yeah, Matthew's from Cuba.
Wow.
I have never been to Cuba before.
Nope, we've seen Cuba.
Yeah, we've seen it from the Disney Cruise Liner.
Can't go ashore Cuba.
Yep, not quite yet. And Jalen says that the capital of Cuba is Havana.
That's correct.
And do you know that if you get close enough, a lot of Havana.
And then later tonight, it'll be dark by then, but when we get to the Mississippi.
That is definitely intense. It's like all things lead to the Mississippi.
Yep.
And
That's right. The Ohio River, the third longest, it also leads to the Mississippi River.
That is so wild. But for some reason, I thought that the Colorado River leading into the Grand Canyon. I'll be right back. One bar of data.
Just past Biggsville, actually.
I reached past Biggsville. Hopefully our data does pick up around now because things can only go up.
The city even has its own airport.
Whoa.
Burlington sits right on the Mississippi River.
How close are we to Burlington?
We are probably about 8 miles.
Alrighty, 8 miles until we get better data. Alright, hold on everybody, hold on really tight.
Yeah, we're going through a little bit of a canyon here. That'll last for about 2 minutes.
Reservations. If you are holding a 545 dinner reservation, please make your way to the diner at this time. Upon entering the diner, please wait for a member of our staff to seat you. Once again, 545, and please wait for a member of our staff to seat you.
Are we in a canyon?
We are in a little canyon that's probably going to last for maybe another 2 minutes.
Alright,
Once we get to Gladstone, we'll be out of it.
Alright, we're in a little canyon right now, so the audio might go a little in and out. Just as a heads up, everybody, thank you for your patience. Alright, we're still in the canyon. Hang tight, everybody.
Okay, we're starting to come out of it.
Alright, we're coming out the other side. We're making it. We're definitely putting the data to do the ultimate test today, seeing where the data falls apart and seeing how we can hold the data together.
Definitely not seeing farmland now. We'll see more once we get into Iowa.
Alrighty, and we're out of this canyon. Thank you everybody for your patience. We definitely got into the lag zone. Alright.
Here's some more farm.
Hello, Matt, climbing through the data zones. Looks like we're switching south house, which is why the stream might go a little in and out for you all. That's what happens when you try going cross country with a gimbal. And a whole lot of hope.
We are about 3 miles from the Mississippi River.
Alright, we're 3 miles from the Mississippi River. Do you want to switch sides?
Do you want to sit on that side
Yep.
or this side?
We'll give us the best view of the river.
You can pull either side.
Alright, let's go to the other side since you were saying that the tracks look a little bit better.
It'll turn more south.
Alright, let's go on the south side.
Sit there.
Bam.
Sit there.
Much better. And now we're getting an even better view from this side. Sometimes the sky changes stuff up, especially when you're on a very long road trip or train ride. Usually when I'm in a really long car ride, I just keep switching sides and until I fall fast asleep in the middle seat. Tony, Matthew says road by road. Tony, never go to Cuba. Never go to Cuba. It is a very poor country.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for room B and C of the 31 car. Your tables are now ready. B and C of the 31.
Bedrooms.
It is a very poor country and it's not a beautiful country as it was years ago. You are very welcome, Matthew. And sometimes it can be really sad to see what happens to countries.
Captain car is open and serving. Captain car is open and serving.
It can be
Take
really sad what happens to countries at times, and it's like just really wild. It's just like really wild. Just how the history of a country can really change and shape its outcome. Alright, so here we go. A nice beautiful view again. Much better.
Another farm, yep. Another
Moo
farm
cow.
view, yeah.
And definitely, Matthew, there are times there are some countries that I'm not visiting right now until the climate gets better and until things are a lot more easier for visitors. And even if I must wait a few years or even decades, I will definitely wait for when it's safe for me to go as a U.S. citizen. However, right now, even though we can't go to some countries, we can definitely enjoy the view from this Amtrak train going into Iowa towards the Mississippi. We are only a few miles away from the Mississippi. As we're about to see the big, beautiful Mississippi River. James says, before you go to Cuba, you should come to Alaska first. Got it. And we should definitely go to Alaska and hopefully Norway at some point. I would love to see. I'm curious, James, what part of Alaska would you recommend to see? And what's really wild is that the Mississippi is one of the widest rivers, both length-wise and diameter-wise. And width-wise, I meant. And Hollywood Tower Hotel is one of the best things ever. Before I forget, but I do love these views too. What's really wild is you can see I-80. I-80 goes from like, I'm curious, but where does I-80 go from again? I forgot.
It goes from San Francisco to New York City.
That's wild. That's so wild to see. How I-80 can go from like 8 lanes and San Francisco to. When it comes to the Caribbean, I really do enjoy seeing Jamaica. I got to see the port of Jamaica, and I also really enjoy seeing Cozumel along with Disney's Island Castaway Key. Countdown is on.
The part of the river we'll be going over will be about 2,400 feet wide, almost a half a mile.
I never seen a river half a mile before.
It gets a lot wider down in like Mississippi. It gets to up to 1.5 miles wide.
Whoa. And what's really wild about the Eisenhower Tunnel is that it's also 10 miles long.
Yep.
It's the longest tunnel in the country.
It's also the highest tunnel in the country at 9,300 feet.
That's so wild.
Yep, bars are going up. We're getting closer to the Burlington area, so you should be seeing an increase in data. We're slowing down because...
May you please repeat what you said? I lost connection. So sorry, what were you saying? What were you saying about the bridge?
We're going to be slowing down because we're going to be turning onto the bridge as we go over this river. The bridge is less than 1,000 feet away.
Whoa.
All right, here she comes.
Suggested Diadon Highway is 420 miles of dirt road, but the scenery is incredible. I definitely do the Dalton Highway, and also when it comes to the Dalton Highway, I highly recommend.
Going over the Mississippi River Bridge here, leaving the state of Illinois, entering the state of Iowa.
And here you go, and yep, it is flooding right now.
It really is.
Here it is, the mighty Mississippi.
Oh, mighty Mississippi, here it is. The moment we've been waiting for.
Clearly in flood stage.
How can you tell it's in flood stage?
Look at the trees.
Whoa, halfway up the buck. And also for the Dayton Highway, it's also recommended to have a windshield for every pit stop you make, just in case something does happen. Whoa. This is massive. Mighty Mississippi. And let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Whoa. This is what the Mississippi looks like right here. I never thought I'd be going over the Mississippi before. That is so wild that we're going past by where Thad is from. So hello Theme Park Giant if you're watching. Or if you're watching the replay, it's so good to see you. I didn't know that Thad was originally from Iowa. I thought he was from Florida for some reason. Nice bridge. It's a small bridge after all. Just kidding. Is this a drawbridge?
This is not a drawbridge. Yeah, look at the trees. In the water.
Definitely flooded trees.
Flooded structures along the river.
Alright, and we're back everybody. Just had a little lag in data as we're switching cell services. Not cell services, but switching cell towers. This is what the mighty Mississippi looks like on the other side. Wow, look at this. Shout out to Dad. Hello, Theme Park Giant. So good to see you. And this is how flooded the Mississippi is all the way out here. Mini locomotive. It is. It's this flooding is unreal. I might see a shrimp boat. Oil tanker. Alright, let me ask Keith, since Keith does know how deep the Mississippi is, and my best guess would be 20 feet or 24 feet deep. Maybe 39 feet deep in some parts. This is definitely an oil rig area. What a view. And unlike an airplane, you can stand up on a train if you're being very careful, and as long as the train is moving very slowly like this. Not sure why the train moves slowly through some parts of this area, But I'm thinking it's due to this area being very industrialized.
And now arriving Burlington, Iowa.
Oh yeah, Burlington, Iowa. We just got ourselves a train station stop. Usually, alright, then here it is. One of the passenger bridges across the mighty Mississippi. Welcome to Iowa, you all. And now let me switch sides. Whoop. And here we go. Back to this side. This looks like the train station to us, right down here.
That's the train station right there.
Yeah, right down there. And do you know how deep the Mississippi is by chance?
I don't know exactly, but it's probably north of 100 feet.
Whoa.
And that's probably down in the southern part of the river.
That's way deeper than I thought it would be.
Of course, it's probably deeper now because it's in flood stage, way above flood stage actually.
That's wild. I wonder how long does the Mississippi stay in flood stage for?
It can stay in flood stage for several days or even several weeks, depending on how much water is flowing into the river and where it's all coming from.
I wonder what causes flood stage.
Well, it's simply just heavy rainfall or snow melt or a combination of the two.
Now, what really throws me off the most is the fact that Colorado is so dry. It has not had very much snowfall, but yet the Mississippi is flooded.
Yeah. It could be all the severe weather that the northern plains has seen over the last couple of months with all the snow melt. That might be playing a role as the reason why the Mississippi is in flood stage.
I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought when the rock monsters were dry, the river would be dry too. It's really wild how one part of the country can be flooded, but yet the other part of the country is completely bone dry, just like Colorado. And what's really wild is that the Great Lakes, the Great Salt Lake in Arizona is so dry that there's not been any snowfall or like any precipitation. It's definitely been, in my opinion, a very unusual year. And I'm definitely excited.
Leaving Burlington, Iowa. Mount Pleasant will be next. Mount Pleasant, Iowa in 30 minutes.
I'm definitely excited for Disneyland, Matthew. And I'm also just really excited to see what we see and to show you all around. I'm so glad you all get to come to Disneyland with us.
We can say goodbye to the Mississippi River
Goodbye,
as we head
Mississippi.
west.
Have a wonderful day. It was nice to meet you. What time is it?
It is currently 5:50. We've got dinner in 35 minutes.
Alrighty. Do you mind if I showcase the dino car too?
Yeah. We have to walk through it to get back to our room.
Alrighty.
Well, you can. But when we go to dinner, you can definitely showcase it if you want.
That'd be great. Or do you mind if we stay out here just to see the
Stay over
scenery?
here.
That'd be great. Guys,
Plug up for a little bit.
of course, that's why I bought the cable. Gotta be like building, woo! I'm like, hey buildings, looks like that's the Bible church right there. I'm always amazed by how massive some churches are out in this part of the country.
Yep. That's the Harmony Bible Church here in Burlington, Iowa.
Isn't this part of the Bible Belt?
It is part of the Bible Belt. Yes.
And I know Georgia is a really big part of the Bible Belt too. I just love how the sun is reflecting off the steeple and all the buildings too. Yep, best of the best. That's right there, and best of the train.
Dave Bessine Electric. So another family business. Lots of businesses here in the Midwest.
Gaddy's asking what's going on with all these buildings out here.
Just a classic Midwestern town, or I should say small city.
Yep. It's a little bit smaller than Napa, California. And I'm curious, Matthew, what do you like about Brightline? I've never been on Brightline before, but it's something I would like to try. Wave goodbye to the real world. And wave hello to Amtrak. Let me see if I can up brightness so you can all see better. Let me do this. Much better. Boop. Something was a little off, but here we go. Daddy's asking, are we passing through downtown? Seems like
Downtown, we just passed through it. Now we're heading west. Actually, right back into more farmland as we go deeper into Iowa here.
yep. Yeah, Daddy says these are the most buildings that they've seen.
Yeah. Well, this is a much bigger town. Homes are probably 30 or 40,000.
And Matthew says the Brightline goes really fast and the speed goes to 121 miles per hour, which is faster than Amtrak.
I believe it. It's definitely faster than this train. Only the Excel Express is faster than that. It goes up to 160 in the Northeast corridor.
Where does the LA Express have to keep switching?
Our train, actually.
I didn't know our train made that noise, so like a ding ding noise.
Yeah.
Same with the expressway in Chicago, that goes ding dong.
Kingman, Arizona. Get off there. Problem is, it gets there with you. Walk, and it only takes a half hour to get over.
I'm looking forward to the bus travel. Last time I rode a bus, I had a bad experience at the end of a bunch of girls.
Alright, I'm refreshing, lagging.
It just wasn't, you know, it wasn't.
Yeah, I've got 12.1.
Alright everybody, we are back, better than ever. I do apologize for the lag, we shall see what we can do. Matthew says the Brightline goes from Miami to Fort Lauderdale to West Palm Beach and Orlando. I did not know that, and I'm also not very familiar with the rail system. Since the rail system is non-existent in Colorado, the best way to get to Denver is actually flying. If you're in a rush, but the nicest way to get to Denver is through Amtrak, like what we're doing right now. I've never done Brightline in Florida since I usually fly into Florida rather than take the train or mass commute to the airport. And I do apologize if there's any lag and intense glare, as we definitely are getting through the witching hour.
So at least we're going to be in a lot more of the wooded area for a while, so that is going to limit the amount of snow.
Yep, the sun
It's going to be setting in about an hour.
Yep, the sun be going so strong right now. What time is sunset tonight?
I don't know exactly what time. It's probably a little after 6.
Alright, just in time.
6 o'clock right now.
Alright, just in time for after dinner sunset views.
No, I'm in my last.
Well, that's your last.
I started.
Night.
I should have put it off.
These my batteries. Oops, the gimbal wrap. Nope, that went the gimbal. Thank you so. Alright, thank you so much, Matthew. I would love to see the Brightline from Orlando to Miami. I definitely want to show you the dining car. Dinner is in 35 minutes. Would love to show you the dining car and what we eat for dinner tonight. Since I know you all enjoy seeing me eat, especially when we're in new places.
Yeah, I took the early train, but ended up coming in later than the late train.
I'm curious how long does it take to commute on the Brightline from Orlando to Miami? Yep, it's a total of Janice. It's total of a lot of Miami. What I find wild is that due to Florida's panhandle shape, it takes like 10 hours to get from Pensacola, Florida, to Orlando. And when I first visited Pensacola, I asked, "Hey, can we please go to Disney World?" And everybody gave me the biggest eye roll possible. I asked, "Why the eye roll?" And they'd be like, "Well, Tony, it's 10 hours away." And I was like, "Whoa." And Gutty is asking, do they serve food on the train that you're on now? Yes, they do serve food. If you're in first class, aka business class, with a sleeper calm, glorious. And Matthew says it takes 3 hours and 25. Alright. Let's see if there's anything else to see.
I know I saw the New York City.
It's like, yeah, there's gonna be no data in Nebraska either. I do enjoy hanging out with Keith as a friend, and he's a lot of fun to travel with too. looks like an oil refinery or grain refinery straight ahead.
Those big silos there are going to store grains after they process the cornfields. Again, this is another farm, large field, probably 200, 300, 400 acres.
This is massive. Yeah, do you mind looking at the map to see where the next big town is?
Let's see. So the next town we're coming up to is the middle town. It's a very, very small town.
So Dana's gonna be hit or miss out there too.
Yep. And then once we get out there, then Danville is the next one. Yes.
Mount Pleasant. When do you think we might hit Mount Pleasant?
Would be a Tumwa, and that's probably going to be a good hour away.
Okay. So we go
All the way. I mean, all the way. So a town called Red Oak, and that will be roughly 4 hours.
Wow, that's gonna be a long time. So that's gonna make absolutely nothing for the longest time.
Yep.
And for those who are wondering, because of how the stream is lagged, we are actually going to be reaching Mount Pleasant in 20 minutes. And within 20 minutes, that's when the stream is going to go really kaput. Due to like the fact that there's going to be no data or any towns within another hour.
Yep. And then the next big city will be Omaha, and that'll be closer to midnight, probably 11 something.
Alright, so after Mount Pleasant, the stream's going to go kaput. Really like it go kaput for like another 4 hours. And I do apologize for the glitches, but we are back better than ever. Matthew is asking, are you sleeping in the train or hotel tonight?
We are sleeping on the train. We obviously have a Superliner roomette with the two chairs on the lower level. We'll convert to a bed, and then there's a pull-down bunk bed. So these roomettes can accommodate two. Obviously, on the Superliner trains, if you're bringing luggage, down on the lower level, as these are 2 floors, there are large storage areas where you can put your suitcases, because it would be very difficult to fit that in a roomette, which is pretty small. It is very safe to do that because, again, not many people are going to get on and off just to take luggage.
Yep.
There are obviously 14 roomettes in each Superliner car, 10 on the second level, 4 on the lower level. There's 1 family room, bedrooms that make up each sleeper car on these Superliner trains.
That's so wild.
And the California Zephyr has 3 sleeper cars, so only 3 family bedrooms are on this train.
Well, that's very limited.
It's very limited. So if you want a family bedroom which can sleep 4, 2 adults and 2 kids, you want to book that well in advance, at least 6 months.
Well, how far in advance do you book your ticket?
For the roomette, I booked this 8 months out.
Wow, long time.
And of course, this train is sold out. So,
Wow.
and with what we're going to see tomorrow will be the reason why this train is so popular. There we go, another large open field. This one is probably about the size of the Animal Kingdom. A good 500-600 acres here.
And you know what's really wild is that this seems a little bit smaller than the Animal Kingdom due to the fact that there's absolutely nothing on it to help keep perspective. It's really wild how buildings can really manipulate size and perception of space. Gutty says that is very super interesting. There are so many people who have never taken a train, and even less people have taken the monorail. This is definitely a super-sized and super long monorail.
Yes, it is. It goes over 2,400 miles from Chicago to Emeryville.
Well, are we going 240,000 miles too?
We are going to be close. We're going to be going roughly about 2,300 miles.
Wow.
A little over that to Sacramento.
I would definitely.
Sacramento and Emeryville are only about 80 miles apart.
Well, I would definitely be showing you all Sacramento if possible.
Definitely. We'll have 2 days there. We'll have that full day on the 28th where we'll see the state capital of California.
Wow.
Along with a lot of the Sacramento River, which also sits on there. Our hotel actually is a floating riverboat that will be on the Sacramento American River.
That's so wild.
That river starts up in the Sierra and it finishes in the San Francisco Bay.
I wonder where the Sierra is.
Sierra borders the state of Nevada, so we'll be passing over Donner Summit there on Monday, sometime early in the afternoon.
And I know that when we go to Reno, it's gonna be an underground station.
Yes.
I've been to Reno a few times, but not in a train station.
Yeah, we can just stay right here until dinner because dinner's in 20 minutes.
Sweet.
Just enjoy the scenic view of the farmlands.
And mud, lots and lots of mud.
Yeah.
I'm also just really hoping that the data does hold out enough so that we can show you all the dining car.
Yes. We got another farm. As I say in the Midwest, as far as the eye can see, all you see is farm, land, and farmland.
Yep, and dirt.
That's a lot of dirt.
It is. It's the most dirt I've ever seen in my life.
Right? It's so dirt that even the cars driving on the roads are leaving a trail of dirt.
Yep, dirt everywhere. Hello, Tyler. It's so good to see you. And we're having an absolutely wonderful time. Tyler is asking, how are you liking the rail so far?
I love it. You know, just spectacular. I love the scenery. It's relaxing, enjoyable. This is what it's all about. It's about the experience.
What got you into rail travel?
I've been into rail travel ever since I was a kid. Ever since I saw the Railroad Museum in Sacramento.
Hello, monks. It's so good to see you. And I'm curious, what captured your attention about the Rail Museum in Sacramento?
Basically just seeing the old locomotives that once operated our trains in California back during the old gold rush era.
Wow. I didn't realize that's how far back the railroad went. Was back to the gold rush. And Matthew says that this reminds him of the old farmland in Miami.
Yep. Very reminiscent of that.
I always forget that Florida has farmland too.
It sure does.
When I think of Florida, I think of beaches, resorts, town, Disney World, Disneyland. Just kidding. Epcot. Oh yeah.
Even California's got farmland. They got a lot of orchards in California. One thing you're going to notice in the valley is a lot of orchards outside of the Sacramento that go on just like farmlands here for miles and miles and miles.
Whoa. And if you're in denial, then you might need some H2O, just like the Jungle Cruise skippers always tell us.
And we got one lonely wind turbine.
Wow, the loneliest wind turbine on Earth.
Right?
It's kind of hard to see with the glare, but there it was.
Yeah, right now the sun is behind us.
Perfect. Hopefully it stays that way for a little bit longer.
I think it will. I think it's going to. The tracks are pretty straight here.
Nice. I didn't realize that.
Here and the river wobbles back and forth a lot. It'll be a few turns. But here in Nebraska, it's going to be very, very straight and very little. There'll be some minor turns like going into the cities, but outside, it's going to be straight.
And Matthew is asking, are you originally from California?
Yes, I am. Born and raised in Placerville, California, and now currently called Portland, Maine.
How did you end up in Portland, Maine?
Bit of a long story. My mom met her online.
That is so neat. It's really wild how moves happen, and it is really neat hearing neat hearing backstories.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going through the dead zone again. Hang tight, everybody. We got this. It might be a little wonky. Audio might be a little in and out, but we'll refresh and do our best. And Adam, I was just in Chicago. We left Chicago, me and my friend Keith, at 2 p.m. today. So I'm curious, Adam, were you also in Chicago too? Matthew says that his family lives in California too.
Where in California?
Yep, we were wondering where in California, if you don't mind sharing. Alright, here we go, a little wonky data. Than ever, we got 4 bars of data, knock on wood. And how are you doing, Adam? Matthew says that his family lived in Los Angeles and San Francisco.
And of course, we'll be in Los Angeles on April 29th at 9 p.m.
So we will say hello to your family. And Adam says you can't
All right,
pay
Mount
me.
Pleasant, Iowa, our next station stop coming up here in about 5 more minutes. Mount Pleasant, Iowa will be next.
Adam says you can't pay me to visit Chicago. And I'm glad to hear, Adam, that you do enjoy the show. But we'll keep the railway show going for as long as we humanly can, until the data goes kaput.
Right?
When the data goes kaput, it's all over for us for now until morning. I do enjoy showcasing the rail. I do enjoy showcasing the rail trip, even though it can get a little monotonous at times. That is the reality of travel. Even during the most monotonous times, we definitely try to have the best time possible, and we always make sure to take every moment. Definitely enjoy Disneyland the best we can. We only have 3 days, 72 hours, but we'll maximize every single hour. We'll be staying until the park closes, and until we can rope drop, we'll be rope dropping and closing out the park as much as possible. We do have some weak signal, so the audio might go a little in and out for a few minutes.
She also said that
And I'm looking all over the Nebraska map, looking at it in the wrong state. All my dispatchers.
Alright, here we go again. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your patience. Also, please be sure to subscribe to Matthew's new YouTube channel. Unfortunately, something did happen to his channel, but we're hoping we grow his channel back to 50 subscribers. This way he can go live again and show us Disney World, and even more content that he does enjoy showing, such as rocket launches and whatever he does enjoy showing around the sunny state of Florida. My bottom. What I love about Amtrak seating is that it's aerodynamic seating, meaning that your bottom does not get so tired. That is so neat, Adam, that you took the train from DC to Orlando, and I'm wondering what was the auto train. I've never been on an auto train. The only trains I've been on the monorail, the light rail in Colorado, the Silver Meteor, and now the zipline train thingy. I've not been on very many trains in my life, to be honest. Mostly airplanes, ferries, and bicycles, and buses too.
Right, buses and buses galore.
Bus. I've been on every single bus imaginable, since I don't have a car, and ironically, I have a license, but I don't drive.
Right now arriving Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
And here it is, Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Hope for the best as we continue pushing past Mount Pleasant, Iowa for the best data possible. And that works too, Matthew. Totally understand. We definitely are helping Matthew regrow. That is so neat, Adam. That auto train is Amtrak, a train that lets you take the car with you. I wonder, how are you able to take a car with you on a train? Looks like this is a steel refinery plant. I have seen ferries in San Francisco and Napa, California, where you can actually take your car with you. They only let you have 5 cars, but you can definitely take your cars. And what you do when you take your car is you stay inside your car as you cross the ferry. Then as you get off to disembark the ferry, you drive out of the ferry. Home sweet home, another tiny town in Midwest America. Once we were on a train, and the train stopped in the middle of the road, and turned out we ended up having actual roadside dinner. Mount Pleasant, here we come, pulling up on the station. Boop.
Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
Looks like we got some people loading up, so we might be here for 5 minutes. That's so neat, and them that they actually load the cars in the boxcar, and that you stay in the roomlet. What's wild is that I've actually read the book called The Boxcar Children, and when I think of a boxcar, I think of a wooden crate that's painted red and labeled the boxcar. Definitely a very short stop, most likely not staffed. And out front is a restaurant that you can get yourself a Pepsi, tea, drink, and whatever you need for your long choo-choo train journey. May I please have a time check again?
It's currently 6:21 p.m.
Alright, in just 10 minutes, we should be enjoying dinner. That's so messed up what happened, Matthew. I'm just really sorry to hear, and it's really gutting whenever a social media account is compromised. I've had my Facebook account of 8 years taken away from me, and I'm glad that you were able to shut down the old account and get on a new account. I'm just very glad for you, Matthew. It just really sucks what trolls can do.
Right next to a cell tower, I bet that helps.
Yep. No wonder I got 5 bars of data, so I'll tell below. We got 5 solid bars of data. Hopefully this data will hold us over for dinner, dessert, and the appetizer. And you're very welcome, Matthew. It's just so gutting. I just can't tell you how sad I felt when I lost my Facebook account of 8 years with all my pictures, my memories, and just all my friends and contacts. It was like so devastating. I cried for a week.
Alright, our last stop was Mount Pleasant, Iowa, Ottumwa in 40 minutes. That'll be your next opportunity for a smoke or fresh air break as well. Ottumwa, Iowa in 40 minutes.
That really sucks, Matthew. It is so unfair what happened to you. I'm not sure what I did, but I might have like clicked a suspicious link and downloaded both of my Facebook accounts. Poof! 8 years of pictures, 8 years of friends, and 8 years of really good memories down in the gutter. It is so unfortunate what can happen, and that's why when it comes to all my social media accounts, I always have that's why I always copy and paste what I write on social media so that I can and put it into my notes app. This way I can have multiple copies of what I'm saying and what I'm doing, just in case I end up losing the account, but I won't lose the memories. So now I have a bunch of redundancy. Yep, that's right. Never open a link that you do not know who sent it and why they sent it. I learned it the hard way. Or even if a link seems legitimate, it's never open it unless you know who the sender is.
Everything that she described, it's all coming back to the same. Yeah. She said it's
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carrier Danica Stewart. At this time, cover all 6:30 dinner reservations. If you are holding a 6:30 dinner reservation, please make your way to the diner at this time. Upon entering the diner, please wait for a member of our staff to seat you.
Alright, I'm going to face camera down.
And please wait for a member of our staff to seat you.
Alright, we're heading to the diner comms, and we'll see what table we can get. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just out of respect for everybody. Hello, Manny. That looks so good right now.
And you get 3. You get 1 appetizer, 1 entree, 1 dessert. Part of the meal.
I'm getting the flat iron steak. How many? 7. 7. Yeah.
I think someone's going to be probably joining you too.
well, my husband,
Oh, sweet.
if he ever goes down.
Nice. Sweet.
If he ever goes down.
Nice. You can say no to this, but but is it okay? I'm not showing anybody's face, but I'm only showing the window, the scenery.
I'm not understanding you. What?
Oh, she's just showing viewers on YouTube outside.
I'm not showing inside, I'm only showing what I see outside the window. How are you doing, Manny?
You made it.
Yeah, we got a menu.
Yeah, I guess that's the way.
It is a little wobbly out here.
It's a wobbly.
It's a wobbly one. And yep, it's definitely a little wobbly out here, and that's like we got the menu. That sounds so good for breakfast.
Well, no, I'll take a sip.
I'm doing well too, Manny. I am going to be ordering the coconut crusted shrimp and the signature 5-iron steak with a chocolate spoon cake for dinner. I'm actually going to get the white chocolate cheesecake. So I'm curious to show you.
When we get back to the room, she would like your contact, Marilyn.
It sounds good. That helps.
Cammy.
I do apologize if the audio goes in and out due to the infamous data connection, and we'll definitely see how long we can last out here. I've never eaten this menu before, but I'm rather curious what everything does taste like, especially since we're on California line. Thank you so much, Buddy. We're definitely going to show you if we can. Worst comes to worst, if worst comes to worst, we can. Worst comes to worst, if this thing goes kaput, I'll be doing some short videos of what I'm eating. It's so good to see everybody today, and thank you so much, everybody, for coming on this road trip with us today. See if we can get some tea.
What are you going to have here for your drink?
I'm going to have Coke, please.
May I please have what? May I please? Do you have tea by chance?
Hot tea or iced tea?
Hot tea.
Hot tea. Okay.
I'll have vodka tonic.
No. What's your name?
Yeah. You're 21?
Pardon me?
21?
I think so.
Okay.
You 21?
Barely.
Then you can't drink. Get him out of here. I know. Get him out of here.
Get him out. I'll definitely take some Coca-Cola too, but usually I get a headache when I drink Coca-Cola on a moving vehicle. And you're very welcome, Gizmo. I'm glad I can take all of us on a train trip so we can just see the country together and have the best time possible. And she has to almost 30 likes. Thank you so much, Matthew. Right now we are on the Amtrak headed towards Nebraska. We're in the middle of Iowa. We just got through Chicago today. It's really wild to think that we started our day like 5 hours ago, seeing a bunch of skyscrapers, and now kabam! Look at this.
There you go.
Yep, not 21 Port train over. We're getting out.
The masks were a little dry.
And what?
The masks were a little dry.
Well, and you didn't have much butter.
I had no butter.
I didn't either.
Yep, somebody be pulling this train over. We're all in trouble. Did I just see a cell phone there, Talo? Or is it just my imagination? In a land beyond shadows and substance. And this is how hilly it's going to get as the hills begin rolling. And you know what's wild? It's from Oyo. If you watch the replay, you can see the land going from really flat to awesome, very hilly and bumpy after the Mississippi River.
It's changed a lot, but it's still like you can't change the geography of it as much as the geography and the yes, things are there. It's just, I mean, I think culturally it's changing and just like the dynamic of the city is changing. And some of it's
Same here in Gizmo. Got my fingers crossed for the food. This is my second time eating on a train, but we'll definitely show you what we got.
I mean, actually, when I went, I was there, so I never but I didn't know how lucky I was.
It's got a weird message.
Maddie's asking how far does the train go? The train goes from, let me guess,
Biometric something.
2,400 miles. We'll be getting off at the 2,200 mile mark in Sacramento, California. So instead of going the full 400 miles, we're going to go 2,400 miles. That's like the farthest I've gone from that's the farthest I've ever gone from that's the longest I've ever taken to get to Disney theme park. I'm curious, Manny, have you ever been on a train before?
What's an access token?
Spam.
Spam.
Nothing but spam.
Yep. I get like
That's all
5
you get
spam calls.
anymore.
It's all you get, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It
He
is.
must get 100 in a day.
Oh yeah, I get probably 30, 40
Yeah.
in a day at least.
I remove everything
Report
individually.
his junk. Report his junk.
It's ridiculous.
It really is. I get 5 spam phone calls a
Just want to
day.
get even with it.
I know, right?
I know that feeling, especially when they bombard my messages.
Yeah, same thing with like scam phone calls, right? I get like 4 or 5 of those a day for loan for this, loan for that. Why are you applying for that? Really?
Yep.
I just delete.
I got one that said they were going to close my Bank of America credit card.
Terrible.
I said, I don't have a Bank of America.
Oh.
It's a scam. It's mostly scammers.
I got one scammer who said that my Uber account would be deleted in 30 days. And I'm
I
like,
got a
delete.
threatening one yesterday because of all those deleted messages that we couldn't delete. And I still can't get rid of them. I don't know how. But it threatened me if I didn't do something that was going to foul up my phone.
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Yep. And Manny, you definitely gotta try at least one train trip. Even if it's a small train trip, I recommend trying either a train out of California or train to Chicago. This is the most popular train destination. I recommend doing it during off season.
It makes it so much
Even
less
if
fun.
you enjoy getting from point A to B, even though it's gonna be a little bit darker and colder, still a lot of fun anyways. Alright, looks like we're going in the wonky Wi-Fi zone, so please be patient if the audio does glitch or this thing goes kaput.
So where are you traveling to?
We're headed to California.
Oh yeah, so we're going to Sacramento, California.
Yeah, we're going to go down to Fresno.
Fresno, so
And then up
catching
to-
the Capital, I think it's like the Capital Corridor or Capital Limited. That, I believe it's the train that services that area. Are you taking or are you driving down?
No, we're taking the train, but it's
What?
Okay, shrimp or selling?
Shrimp, please.
Please.
shrimp.
Thank you. I'll keep it.
Shrimp.
Alright, let me come around.
What's the shrimp?
This is what the shrimp looks like, and that's summer scammers did to your PayPal. I'm glad you were able to close your PayPal and get out of the
We're
scam.
actually going down to
This is what it looks
Martinez.
like. So let's feast.
Martinez, so that's where we're catching the train to go from there to Fresno.
Unfortunately, there's nowhere to put down the phone, so you shall enjoy the scenery while we feast. Actually, let me try this again. Alright, so here it is. You're just going to get to see my teeth. And these are some big jumbo shrimp. I'm surprised by how big the shrimp is, given the fact that we are on a train in the middle of a country. So here's the jumbo shrimp. Here's what it looks like. That was a tablecloth in the other train.
Train's giving us a little fun.
It is. Wobble wobble. Everybody do the wobble.
Great for falling asleep.
Because we're higher up, it rolls even more.
It does. At least the tracks in this part of the country are relatively straight.
Okay, we're gonna have
Cabernet
the Cabernet.
for the young guy.
For the young guy.
Yep, the young guy.
You want hot tea?
Yes, please and thank you.
What are you gonna have, honey?
I have the vodka tonic.
And you?
I have the Coke.
These are the biggest prawns I've ever seen.
Steak medium.
This is hot coated in coconut,
Love this.
and it's definitely a runny sauce. It'll be running. This is a sweet chili strip sauce. And here's a moment of truth. I ate the tail. I'm curious, Tyler, but what do you like about Amtrak shrimp? They're so delicious, nice and juicy.
I'm gonna have the lamb.
May I please have the Amtrak signature flat steak, please, and thank you. Medium, please. Yummy, yummy in our tummies. Yes, please.
Master baked potatoes.
Baked, please.
Baked potatoes?
I'll have the flat iron, medium rare.
I'll have the grilled cheese.
That's for kids.
I know, I'm a kid.
Okay.
He's a kid.
And the hot dog.
You want both?
Yeah.
And we're definitely getting that medium steak just for Gizmo. I'm curious, Maddie, what kind of meat do you enjoy meat eating? And yep, I do eat the tail. Not sure why, but when it comes to the tail, it's gone. It's all gone.
Won't need those again till tomorrow.
Yep.
Because I put the appetizer, I'll say toddler or chocolate chip.
Right.
Trick or treat.
And they're both pretty good.
Yes, they are. I mean, this is the first time I've seen the chocolate cake that's actually got whipped cream on the top.
Same.
It's rich.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
I couldn't eat mine last night.
Tyler is asking if you take the train to Cleveland, then you can take the subway to the airport and go to Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World without driving, that is so neat. Then you can take the train to Cleveland, then take the subway to the airport, and then go to Walt Disney World. That's a dream come true. I still do that. And this way, I only had to fuss with parking or results.
That's definitely the way to go.
And now we await our main course, and we shall feast.
Portland, Maine, Jackson,
No.
That's
We were
so
in
messed up,
Portland,
Matthew.
Maine.
I'd be closing my PayPal too if somebody stole that money. Scammers really ruined everything.
I'm going up to Sacramento because I have family in Minnesota.
And I'm curious, Gunny and Manny, what kind of meats do you enjoy eating?
All right, let me Okay, folks, can I have attention, please? Just bring the volume down for 1 minute. I promise it won't be painful. However, please stop eating over here so I can talk to you. who are getting ready to leave soon, like yourself, to make sure you get all the good services. We're now training them to be just like us. When Ron came out and saw what we're doing, he really liked it. So what does that mean? We know we won't be Christmas because that's about some divorces, we went through marriages, we went through children, we went through spouses leaving their spouse with us and us sending them on. It's been a busy year for us and we just started, right? Okay, however, the magical time of the year is still here. Does anybody know the answer what you do? Because everybody knows the answer to this, and if you don't, you're gonna feel a little foolish when I'm done telling you what it is. Does anybody know the answer? Why is it that magical time of the year? Spring? Anyways, shut up, will you? You're 21 years of age and not 22.
Oh.
I'm only trying to tell him so he knows next time. Jingle, jingle, jingle. You know? What's in your wallet? I like that commercial. I think that's my commercial. What's in your wallet? However, ladies and gentlemen, you tip according to the way you feel that we treat you. Now turn your clocks back 1 hour tonight because we are changing the time zones. If you're leaving me in Denver tomorrow morning, they will be here, breakfast will be here at 6 a.m. Good. So now we're going to let you have your meal. I am going to depart from here for a few minutes. If you see only 2 people working, that's because that's all it's here. Just both of us. But we're here for 6 days straight. And believe me, this is not an easy gig. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy coming up here and speaking in front of everybody. However, I'm a bit of what they call an apple, you know? So, which means I'm a little bit of a smart behind, you know? I can usually pretty much be a good front person. So, but it doesn't bother me because I like people. So that is my job after 28 years. So I'm proud to say that it's been wonderful because of why all the magical people in here has made my 28 years really special. So we'd like to thank you for that. However, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, there goes our cook, off and running. Off and running. Gotta go bring in the cattle. You guys won't eat if he runs away. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, on behalf of the staff, more importantly, from your attendants that are serving you from coast to coast. Everybody on this train is ran by one person here. Her name is Carol. She's doing a bang-up job, making sure that I stay in line, they stay in line, the cooks stay in line, and we all have a good time. Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Give yourself one more big round of applause. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be here for the full duration of your ride, all points in between, from here to Emeryville.
Thank you.
That's what we said. If we're still standing. Last day, third day, you'll see us say, ain't you done yet? And you'll say, what happened to all that good stuff you told us? We'll say, yeah, it's still there, you know? Are you staying another day? So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time. I told you we'll not be thankful. Okay. Have a great evening. Thank you
for everything.
Oh, you're welcome.
You are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for being a good sport.
Of course.
Don't bring them next time, okay? But take them with you when you go. Okay. Sometimes, you know, you married them though. Thank God. That could have been one out there for me. Thank God she nabbed you before I did.
Oh my God.
This is definitely the most entertainment I've had on the Amtrak.
Same here.
I love it.
They go above and beyond.
What's the balancing act, right?
I know, balancing act on an unbalanced.
How come the dining car's wobbly, but the Scenic car's not wobbly?
Well, it probably is. Every car is like that. I mean, obviously this car is obviously got a huge kitchen, so.
So it's wobbly.
I'm like riding on a boat.
Right?
By
Going
the time
at
you like
50 miles an hour.
No, and by the time you get on shore, you're like,
Right on, right?
Yeah.
It's beautiful seeing all this farmland.
It really is. This
That's all there is. That's
Yep.
all we're going to see until we get to Colorado tomorrow.
Can I tell you something funny? I'm from Denver, Colorado. So I flew from Colorado to Chicago. And now I'm taking a train that's going back to Denver. My life.
Yeah, but continuing on all the way to Sacramento for us. You're going to what, Emeryville? Or where
are you getting off this
We're
train?
getting off at Martinez, which is just south of the Bay Area, I think.
Emeryville, yeah, that's the termination point for this train. It's just outside of San Francisco.
Right. East Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the name of the
The name
station?
of the station. And it's north of Oakland, east of San Francisco.
Keep saying Martinez. I don't say Emeryville.
Emeryville?
Maybe it's the same spot.
It's not.
I didn't think so.
No.
So we
Like I was telling you before, when I did the San Francisco bus trips, you had to take a bus from Emeryville across the bay to San Francisco. So this says you go from Martinez to Fresno. I hope it's right.
It says a train. It doesn't say.
I know. I'm still a little skeptical.
She really has a lot of really good humor too, and she really does go above and beyond, so she's going to do a really good tip.
Yeah, it's not that far either way.
For me personally, I always make it a deal to tip service locals, especially if I'm dining in, and it does take a lot of work to be like a waiter, a busser. As somebody who actually did work in the food industry for a little bit years ago.
It used to be you couldn't get from Fresno direct to San Francisco.
Yeah, not anymore. You could back then. I think you can now.
Well, we're going to find out in a couple of days.
We shall find out, one day at a time.
Because I know there's a train that goes from Emeryville to Fresno with Amtrak. I'm pretty sure it's the Capital Corridor that goes to Sacramento.
Okay.
I believe it includes Stockton, Merced.
It's called the Gold Runner.
Oh, so it's not Amtrak.
I just saw a little deal running across the grass.
That's just
Unfortunately, that was a
like
little
this
fast,
is the
so I missed
California
it.
Zephyr.
This looks like wine vineyards.
That's the Gold Runner from there to Fresno. I think it actually goes to Bakersfield because then you get a bus. You get on the bus in Bakersfield and go to LA.
Over the ridge.
Over the ridge, over the grapevine.
How long of a ride is it from where you're getting off to Fresno?
It's a couple hours.
Because I know Fresno is a little further south in the San Joaquin Valley.
Where are you headed?
Sacramento, the state capital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've been born and raised in California.
I was born and raised in Placerville, which is like 40 miles
Oh,
east.
yeah. I know Placerville.
That's where I was born and raised.
I am curious, have you ever been to Napa Valley?
Several times.
I absolutely love it out there, and I find it wild just how rainy, but yet it's so lush. Everything takes forever to dry.
Nickname of Placerville, California. Hangtown.
Hangtown?
What?
Hangtown.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Hangtown?
Yeah.
Old Hangtown.
Yeah. I mean, it's been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got family that live not too far from there. They live in Shingle Spring. 10 minutes away from Placerville.
We live in a little town called Bass Lake.
Bass Lake, I've heard of Bass Lake.
Oakhurst.
Yeah.
What is in Bass Lake?
A lake?
It's a lake.
Nice. Is it a fishing town?
No, there's 315 of us in Bass Lake.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really small, town.
It really is. The smallest town I've been into and stayed for an extended stay was Napa Valley. I didn't realize how tiny Napa was until I stayed there, and literally the size of the downtown, it's the size of my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, there's some small towns. And there's a lot of small towns in this part of the world too.
Yeah.
In the Midwest. cities like San Francisco and LA fit so many towns
How did the
inside
two
of
of
it.
you hook together?
Huh?
How did the two of you?
Oh, we met in New York. We're just friends, obviously. I have a partner in another country. She has a partner in Oregon. We met, I think it was January of last year in New York. So even though we'd actually known each other a little longer than that, we met.
So you do a lot of traveling together?
Oh yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We're travel buddies.
Yeah. New York?
It is. It's gonna be a mighty long flight. European,
What,
but
Norway?
No, both are. I've been to Norway before, but I'm talking Philippines.
Been there too.
Yeah.
I am
When I was in the military.
Thank you for your service.
I bet she's changed a lot there.
I don't know.
The landscape, probably not. The military service?
Subic
probably.
Bay, I don't think it's
No,
changed.
that probably hasn't.
I am curious what islands.
Manila maybe a little.
Yeah.
I'm curious what islands you hope to visit in the Philippines.
Well, obviously, I definitely want to visit Palawan, and Siargao. Those are two beautiful islands here in the Philippines. Of course, I'm going to be in Cebu. I'll be in Luzon, home up Manila.
Well, we've been to all 7 continents.
Oh, how was Antarctica?
It was
How-
beautiful.
What
Oh,
cruise?
just
Wasn't as cold as we thought either.
no. We
Yeah, good
overdressed.
weather.
Did you take a cruise like one of those
Viking. We were on Viking.
Antarctic expedition cruises?
I have always wanted to go on Viking. It's been my dream cruise line. But
We took a Viking cruise down the Nile. Not the Nile, the Rhine.
The Rhine, yeah.
That was a good one.
I'm curious, but for the Viking, I'm wondering how long was Antarctica exposition for you all?
How long was the cruise and how long were you in Antarctica?
April was what? Almost 2 weeks, huh? By the time
What's
we
that?
traveled up Antarctica, our
Oh, yeah.
Antarctica trip, yeah.
That was when we went to Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
We came back and then we went up to Antarctica.
Well,
Quite the change, huh?
I have always wanted to visit Antarctica and ride on a Viking cruise, but Viking cruise is that it's
Premium
tiny.
luxury cruise line too. Viking.
That's why I
Yeah,
really
we've
want to go
been
on
on
Viking.
4, 5? No, we've been on, what do I want to say? The American cruise.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We've been on Viking a couple of times.
How was the Viking cruise? Was the Viking cruise nice?
Oh yeah.
I always see that on the PBS channel with midwives and all that, the Vikings, and all that. All the Downton Abbey, stuff like that. They would have the Viking cruise.
Okay.
Right. Now we shall feast. Now we shall feast on this delicious plate of food.
I've been to Greenland.
Here's what it looks like. We got ourselves some baked potatoes, some carrots, and some steak. Now we shall eat.
And that was in August, and it still has 60 degrees.
Alright, let's see what I can do with this phone. We are back, everybody.
It may be hard in this country.
I cannot. I have an idea.
Who knows?
Alright, so here we go. Let me get some things situated. Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
Fighting hard to keep it.
And hang tight, everybody. Just gotta make some adjustments. This way we shall enjoy our feast and our meal. And let me put the phone case back on. Everybody. Look at that, much better. And bam. Well, so here we have a nice plate of food. Thank you for your patience. And here it is. We shall eat a gigantic plate of food. And let me do
We
this.
took a Baltic cruise that went through Sweden, Norway, St. Petersburg.
Russia, yeah.
That was a good cruise.
How long was the Russian cruise?
How long were we in Russia?
You would have probably been in St. Petersburg for an overnight, I'm assuming.
We were were there a couple of days.
Here's some more steak. Who's hungry? And this is actually sherry wine sauce, which I enjoy at dinner.
Of course, it's a tourist trap.
What's a tourist trap?
Basically, just a place where the locals charge more for tourists. They're
Yeah.
going to draw in some extra money. That's what a tourist trap is.
What's the most common tourist traps in Antarctica?
Antarctica, there's really none. Because there's a lot of regulations just for
He's saying about not being able to sit down in Antarctica. I did not know you cannot. I didn't know that you cannot sit down in Antarctica. This is really good steak.
How was the Drake Passage? Was it rough or was it surprisingly calm?
Actually, it was surprisingly calm.
I know
What's
it's
that?
the Drake Passage.
Yeah.
What is the Drake Passage? I forgot.
Oh, wait a minute. The Drake Passage?
The Drake Passage en route to Antarctica.
What's the question?
It was pretty, the Drake Passage when we went through. It's pretty calm. We didn't have too big of a problem.
Where is the Drake Passage?
South of South America. It basically is between South America and Antarctica.
We did go through the Drake. No, that's when we had that big storm. We dug in Maryland.
How big was the storm?
Then when Maryland got up in the middle of the night, or whatever, early in the morning.
What's an old style?
I'm not getting up that early.
Neither would I, unless I'm rope dropping Disneyland or Disney World. I am curious.
I can't get this.
I can help you. Would you like some help?
I'll get it eventually.
Alrighty. It took me a little bit to get mine open. Alright, so right now we're eating medium rare steak, a nice crispy mashed potato, some carrots, and some green beans. Looks like even julienne, and some red wine sherry sauce. Now you should enjoy watching me eat every single bite of this plate.
That still must have been a cool experience of seeing Antarctica. Did you see any penguins?
Oh God, they are so funny.
Where did you see penguins?
Penguins.
Oh, yeah.
I know Elephant Island in Antarctica is a big hotspot for penguins.
There's
Along with seals, did you see any walruses or anything?
we saw some whales,
Whales.
a lot of penguins, a lot of birds.
Yeah.
I know, Gizmo, you're definitely really hungry right now. And when this train gets moving, I will definitely show you what's outside, so you don't have to watch me eat the entire time. I know watching me can be a little bit boring.
We had a good cruise around
I have a feeling
New
that
Zealand,
I ended up getting yours.
which went all the way around New Zealand and to Tasmania.
This is medium,
That's okay, dear.
and that's medium rare.
Oopsies. Do you want me to switch? I took a few bites.
Medium and medium. Is there even a big difference between the two?
Oh yeah. See the color of this meat compared to
Oh,
Yeah.
oops. My bad.
yours? Still tastes
Wait,
good.
are you able to?
The other night was raw.
Wait, are you?
That's okay with me.
Yeah. I like my steak mooing. If you want me to, I can ask him. I can say, hey, I made a mistake. I grabbed the
We're
wrong
good.
plate.
See how that that's cooked
Yeah,
and how
but
rare that
this
is?
is so rare. I was thinking that something felt a little off of my plate, and I'm like, why is this thing so gummy? This is medium rare steak right there.
Yeah, next year I'm going back to Norway,
now-
all the way up north
Carrot time.
to Huntington in
little
October
round
to
carrot,
see the
yummy,
polar
yummy.
nights and hopefully the northern lights.
How long will you be there in Norway?
It'll be a 2-week cruise, round trip from Southampton and one side. And And yeah, going late October, so the sun's only going to be up for about an hour and 20 minutes.
Well, I can't wait to see the northern lights.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's enough internet so I can also show you all the northern lights too. That'd be amazing. I wonder if you're at the station.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, do you know what station?
Tomorrow.
Alright. It seems like we're changing like the crew. Are we doing a crew or luggage change?
I don't think it's legal.
Alright.
It's
Yeah.
basically smoke break, so it'll be for like 5-10 minutes.
So that's what Gizmo remove the horns and put it on the plate, and then we get it really mooing nice and loud. Moo cow. Let's eat. Here we go. I heard a choo-choo horn. Alrighty, some. Since I know eating can be a little bit boring, let's flip you all around. And some juggling, getting the phone back onto the gimbal and the case out of the phone. And thank you everybody for your patience as you admire my teeth. You should enjoy me seeing my teeth. Now, do you mind holding the gimbal real quick while I put my phone on? Alright, thank you so much. Now, there we go. Gimbal ride, everybody. Gimbal ride. Please keep your hands and feet in the gimbal at all times. And here we go. The nice thing about choo-choo training and dining is that there's always something for you all to see, especially when I'm shoveling food in. Alright, boop. There we go, much better. Hello Disney Wishes, it's so good to see you. Right now we are on the Amtrak. And here we go again. You came just in time for us to go boom boom. Look at this. Right now we are actually headed towards, where are we headed towards again? I forgot.
Heading west to California.
Okay, we're going west to Disneyland. And right now we're in Iowa right now. Home of the potato, which is ironic because I got a really big potato right here.
Purification plant, huh?
Yep, I wonder what's at the purification plant.
Supply.
Oh, Plumber Supply. This is definitely a small town this month, and I'm definitely having one of the best meals ever. Thank you so much, Disney Wishes. Best Amtrak meals ever, and the steak is 10 out of 10. The flat iron Amtrak steak, and thank you so much, Dr. Hollywood Tower Hotel. I'm curious, Disney Wishes, are you up to anything new lately? Right now, we're headed to Sacramento, California, and that's where we get to live it up for
Why are you going to
2 days.
Sacramento?
I have family out there.
Oh.
I'm only there for a couple days, then I'm getting on the Coast Starline down to Los Angeles. Where I'll be at Disneyland for a few days before I take a plane back home.
Same here. And we're off to
There you
Disneyland,
go.
off to the races.
You'll be worn out by then.
But this is just part of the experience. See a lot of the countryside. That's what this is about. Have you been on the California Zephyr before? No, it's your first time. This is on my second time. It's been 16 years. A lot of this is not going to be familiar.
It's gonna be very different.
Might as well be like it's my first time too.
Yep.
This is our first cross-country trip by train.
Same.
Where did you start your journey at?
We spent 7 months in Florida.
Oh wow.
And we spent
Orlando.
5 months.
Orlando.
5 months in California.
So did you take the Floridian to Chicago, or did you take a different train?
We took the Floridian to
How
Chicago.
was the Floridian? I haven't been on that one. I've been on the Silver Meteor, the other.
But we went to the wrong freight station.
Oh no, I've done that before in Denver. This is definitely an RV. This is definitely an RV parking lot or campground.
Lake. It's like a little lake here. I think it's a lake. Maybe it's a river.
Wait, it's the mini Mississippi.
Curious to see what it is.
Same here. I'm curious too.
Moine River, which of course feeds into the Mississippi. Yeah. 300 miles.
Wow.
Maybe a little under.
That's the distance between Colorado and Florida.
Yeah. As long as our one is. Nebraska is a lot longer. Colorado. Yeah.
Definitely we got a mighty long ways.
But we're going to see a lot of amazing scenery tomorrow. And the Sierra